Welcome back to my channel. This is Sweety and to another new video where you know by the title right now that I will be reintroducing myself in this channel. It's been a while. I did do a know myself. I don't know what that was, but a video about introducing myself to the channel back days before, moreover like years before. So I thought that it's time for me to reintroduce myself to all my subscribers and probably new subscribers who are watching this by mistakenly. It's okay, stay till the end. Maybe you can get something that you like by the end of the video, right? It's been a long while since I did something like sit down and talk, and mostly it was vlog and stuff. So I thought I really need to reintroduce myself to people out there, to people who watch me continuously and do support me. So yeah, that is the whole purpose of this video. So in some cases, if I'm like off note, please don't mind it. Most ever, I hope that you get used to it. Right, so I also have a small notes on my phone so that I don't go off topic or else forget some really important things that I had to share about myself, rather than just like going off topic and saying something that's completely unnecessary sometimes. Okay, beginning with the first self-introduction. Hi everyone, my name is Adeline Sweety and I am a 20-year-old Christian Tamil student. Okay, that just summarizes who I am completely. Okay, I'm a Christian and I'm a Tamil girl and I'm currently a student. I'm almost going to finish that in 3 months, but yeah. And I like to introduce myself with my initial, like you, Adeline Sweety. So every time you catch me introducing myself to somebody, I always say, hi, my name is Adeline Sweety. I mean, people that are very close to me call me Sweety, and people in like official settings, I don't know what I mean by official setting, but yeah, sometimes people call me Adeline and they also call me Addy, which I really like. I'm currently doing my BSc Psychology, Bachelor's in Psychology, and it's going pretty good. And we have only 3 months more to finish my college, which is crazy. I always thought that, oh, I'm going to finish college in 3 years, but then now I almost have only 3 months. Right, so I live in Chennai and along with my dad, mom, and I have an elder brother, and sometimes you could see them in the vlog also. And yes, I'm the youngest child in the family. If you didn't know till now, I'm more of a family oriented person. Aww. Yeah, and that's the most I can give for self-introduction. For more information, I think you should continue watching my vlogs and continue listening to my channel. Okay, since I don't have much to say about my self-introduction, we'll quickly move on to the second part of the video, which is reasons to start YouTube. I started my YouTube back in 2020 during the midst of COVID. In case if I have to say it based on my degree, then I would say I had an extrinsic motivation and an intrinsic motivation. Wow, I'm using terms from my studies. My professors will be happy. So, as quoted, extrinsic motivation was.
So in my case, I always thought that I was a good person to talk with. I don't know, I just thought in that way. It was just a personal opinion. But then I always thought that I'm good at talking and I'm good at conveying what I feel through words.
Flashback.
So back when I was like 15, 16, like during the starting of when the idea to start YouTube came, I thought to myself, okay, when I'm like 20 something and I'm like on stage holding mic talking to people, I would give these talks, like these inspirational talks, these talks that would motivate people and so many things that a 16-year-old, 15-year-old kid could imagine probably. Okay, so I had so many thoughts like that and I had like talk ideas that used to come into my brain and I'm like, okay, I'll note this down, I'll write about this. And I used to write the whole script of the talk in a book and keep it to myself. Saying that when I'm like 20, the current me, I don't know how 15-year-old Sweety will think about me now doing these videos, but yeah. Back in that time, 15-year-old Sweety thought that when I'm 20, I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to give this talk to people and like motivate them and like inspire them to do something that they love to and all those things. I started to write down all these thoughts in a book and kept it aside. Like never really worked. Back then I thought that it is the 20-year-old Sweety's work to do and not the 15-year-old Sweety's to do. And one day, unintentionally, my dad bumped into that book. It was during COVID, so everybody's at home, right? And he read those talks and he found, okay, this girl has some talent. And my dad told me like, okay, anything at home, you know, online classes, you know what you do in online classes. So why don't you start doing a YouTube?
End of flashback.
So my parents were really supportive and they were the first ones to like encourage me. They were like, this sounds good. I think you would be good doing this. So start doing a YouTube channel. That was their first point. But do you think I started then and there? When have you listened to parents at the one go? So I didn't start the YouTube at that point. I waited for a while and now we come to the second side of the story, which is the intrinsic motivation, right? So and I think as a personal, like as an individual and as a student at that time, I wasn't doing well. I kind of realized that the thing that I thought was my positive, my greatest strength, that is expressing myself through words, was decreasing. Like I was really bad at it. I didn't know how to express what I wanted to through words. It's this type of talk. Like let's say you know what to say. Like you know the dialogues up out there, but then when you voice it out, it's different. It's different. Like this is not what you wanted to say, but then that's what comes, and you start to hesitate. Okay, it's plain like this. Okay, when I don't speak and when I don't hear my voice generally. Okay, and then I'm like talking. Like, you see, like without the voice, I'm like very confident. I'm like putting all those points out there, and I'm just expressing what I want to say, and I'm just like conversing with people through my heart. Okay, so that's how it is. But then once I start voicing it, like when I'm speaking it out and I hear my voice, I'm like, I start to hesitate. I'm like, okay, am I saying the right thing? Is this the right way to say? Is it the right tone to say? And stuff like that. So as a whole, I start to feel like I am less confident. I am becoming less expressive. Like the thing that I thought was my biggest strength started to look like a biggest weakness to me. And when these two sides of the story merged together, my YouTube channel was born. Okay, that's like the typical happy ending story. But yeah, that's how my YouTube channel started. I'm really grateful to my dad, my mom, who encouraged me to start this, and definitely to my friends, because when I first started to tell them that I am starting a YouTube channel, they were like, "Go girl, do it!" So I'm really grateful for all those people, and yes, that's the main reason why I started YouTube. And just a thought that it would help me to build a warm community where we could support each other and comfort each other was a big push for me to start the YouTube channel. So yeah, those are the reasons why I started a YouTube channel. Okay, the next part is a small peek in my life. So I would consider my life into three parts. One is being a student, the other one is involving in God's ministry, and third one is my YouTube side. Okay, so when it comes to student side, yes, since I already mentioned that I am a college going student, doing my bachelor's in psychology, it's kind of hectic, and now I'm in my final year, so it's even more hectic with so many assignments, exams, record works, practicals, model practicals, and stuff like that. So yep. And in case if you have to see my everyday college life, then you should head back to my Instagram page. So I'll put up the handle here and the description. So go check out my Insta page so that you get my day-to-day updates. Yeah, but then there's also these fun parts in my college life where we have so many fun events that keep on happening, and I think I have posted a few vlogs. I'll link them down in the description, so go check it out. I think I have a Food Fest video, and then I have Battle Fest video of 2 years, which should be really fun and interesting to see. So go click those videos next after watching this. And the next part is ministry side. What do I say? What do I say? What do I say? So I've been in this life of ministering to God since I was born, and I love it. I love it more than what I could say in words. And I think almost like 75% of the videos that you see, like the vlogs that you see, would be of related to ministering. And I just love it. I just feel like I am in my own self when I minister for God. That is also one of the reasons why I started YouTube, where I can happily, gratefully, gladly share what God is doing in my life and to tell it to you guys. So yeah, in case if you're looking for some Christian contents, you're at the right place. So do subscribe now. Hit the subscribe button now. Good job. So yeah, those will also be the part of my YouTube channel, and we come to the final part, that is the YouTube side. Okay, so since I started YouTube, something that I have been like struggling a lot is my consistency, and that is because I have to like juggle between these two things, college and ministry side. So these two are like very, very important to me. Like it has been with me since the beginning, right? So I tend to focus more on these. I remember the beginning of this year when I took a gap from YouTube, like for the last 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, I'm not sure when, but how long. But then I did take a break, and all I did was go back to my YouTube channel and see all the vlogs. And guys, it's so beautiful to like record the happenings in your life, and then like looking back into it, I was like, oh, it's worth doing. It's worth spending sleepless night in editing. I started my YouTube channel with just talks, and then slowly I started to love the process of taking these small snippets of my day-to-day life, or like times that I spent with my loved ones, and like to put them in a role and like see the whole videos was even more beautiful. That is how my YouTube channel is going, the YouTube side is going. Though I'm not consistent, please bear with me. I am trying to be consistent as possible. Okay, a quick setup change because it's getting louder and louder, and I tied my hair up because it's getting hotter also. Okay, so those are some of the major things about me, about my life. So now let's move on to these tiny personal stuff where you and I can find a common ground and talk about it or connect about it. So first of all, when it comes to some of the creative outlets, I think I am more of a coloring person rather than drawing. And I also love to read books. And I know that that is a little split about it. Like, do I like fictional books more or like self-help books more? Then I would choose going to self-help books. But then even self-help books, like there are certain books which is like completely theory. Like they all talk about theory, and then say that if you follow this, you can be productive, you can be so and so. But there are certain books which make it very practical. They like talk in a way which makes you read the book and also sometimes practice that in your life. So yep, I go for such kinds of book, and that is my book interest. And next comes a huge part, that is music. And something about me is that when it comes to music, I'm like really really picky. If I have to like specify the songs that I hear, then I would say in secular songs there are songs that gives out message, and I really like such songs. So when it comes to secular songs in English, I do listen to some of them and how it sounds too. I don't like these heavy metal music, but then if it's like calm and it suits my vibe, then I go to listen to those musics. And I do listen to K-pop sometimes, but my at most every time listening music would definitely be Tamil Christian songs, like mainly worship songs. Like I do like English worship songs too, but just Tamil worship songs, it's different. Like it speaks to your soul. That's how I see Tamil Christian music to be. And finally, we come to the part of movies. Okay, movies. I was not that much interested in watching movies at the first go as other kids. And I remember like every time when I used to sit with my friends and talk, and they used to ask me, Sweety, கடைசியா நீ என்ன படம் பார்த்த சொல்லு அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது, I used to say these olden days movies, or like this olden days Walt Disney movies that I like recently watched. So I was like so outdated in movies. Like I'm not that person who like once a new movie gets released, I immediately go watch it. So I'm not that interested in movies. Along with that, I also figured out that there are good Christian movies, like really, really good Christian movies. And for this, I really need to thank one of our close family friend who introduced me and like my whole family to this thing of like good Christian movies. And I remember watching this one movie, and I did sleep off in between. Like the first time I watched it, but then I rewatched it again twice just to know like the whole flow of the story. And the movie is called Flywheel, and it's really a good movie. And it just made me think that okay, so spending 2 hours or like 2.5 hours in a movie could really help us take something out of it. So yeah, that is one new movie, and do give it a go if you really are interested in watching some really feel good a takeaway kind of movie. Yeah, so do give it a go. And of course, how could I miss Disney movies and Pixar movies? I really really love it. And two of the movies that really really is like close to my heart would be one, Megamind. The fact how the story went is really really amazing for me, because the whole movie, as you know, is set through a villain's perspective, and finally you see that he turns out to be the hero of the movie, which is really really good. And I just liked how real the movie was. Like almost every time we see another movie that will be like glorifying the hero, but then here we could see that they show it in the villain's perspective, and it's really comical also. And the other movie that I would say is Tangled. I know. Many people have so many crazy theories out there, but then we're not going to talk about that. I just love the aesthetics of the movie, and just the fact that they light lanterns for her birthday. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. Okay, my tripod decides to play with me and just keeps snapping out of everywhere. So I'm just like balancing you guys in my water bottle. I hope you guys don't fall. Right. So getting to the topic. Thanks to COVID, we were also introduced to this concept of series where you don't have to spend like 3 hours in a movie, but then you can watch 1 hour episode every day. So yeah, even I did get into series sometimes. So I did get into K-dramas mostly because they had a really good, mind-boggling storylines. I prefer watching it for their, psychological thrillers or mysteries, and sometimes even fantasy sounds really good for them. And recently, I did finish one K-drama which I really really liked, and I thought I was just being biased towards it. Like I'm just saying it because I like K-dramas, but then I talked to other friends of mine who do watch series, and even they told me like, I mean, the series is really good, and that series is called Twinkling Watermelon. It's a really good one. In case if you guys are like looking for some really feel good, but be ready to cry also, you have that aspects in that too. But at the same time, you get what I mean, right? To give you a glimpse of what it is, that is music, that is youth, that is time travel, and it's really funny. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, go watch it if you want to. But then yeah, really good thing, and that's the latest kdrama that I've watched. So yep, those are the small interesting stuff that I would like to share about myself. Okay, as for the future expectations, what you can expect from my channel is that in case if you're a Tamilian and you look forward to some of the English contents, then yes, this is the right place. Do subscribe the button right now. And I would also be posting vlogs, and I would also like to go back to my roots, that is like make stories and talks related to stories that I've heard around. And you can also look forward to some of the consistent uploading of videos, weekly uploads if possible, like weekly ones. I'm really trying. I'm just trying to push myself into that space where I could be productive as well as consistent in anything that I do. Anyway, so that is for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed knowing about me. If you are a new subscriber or somebody who just clicked it knowing what is this girl talking about, but then if you guys enjoyed, do subscribe to the channel now and do follow me in my Instagram, because I post like daily reels and talk about my daily life in my stories and share little snippets of my life. So yep, that is where we end today's video, and I'll see you all next week. Bye! Oh, by the way guys, happy December. By the time I post this, it will be December. So happy December, happy Christmas, happy New Year. You got more 1 month to slay, 2023. Oh, by the way, get used to all these aggressive buys.
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.